So I want to get to NCT 127. This group debuted in 2016 under SM. They've had some lineup changes, but it's a 9 member boy group. This album is called Fact Check. It's the 5th album. They gave us 9 songs, and this single is called Fact Check. Okay. I think if you've been following me at all, I love this. There's no surprise here. I love this. I think it's great. It's everything you expect from an NCT 127 song. It goes hard. It's full of drama and intensity and bravado. The lyrics aren't Shakespeare. It's the typical, I'm the best, I'm going to tell you why. I'm not mad at that because that's kind of what this group usually presents. That's their brand. And it works. The beat is sick. I love the chorus. I think it's really catchy. It's hard not to dance when you hear this one, or at least kind of have like a little strut in your step. I think this is a good song to pump you up before something you're nervous about, or maybe just a big day. This is kind of a morning playlist song because it really like gets me going. I think it's fantastic energy. And the pacing and the song structure in this one, it feels more seamless than a few of their recent releases, like Ayo or Two Baddies. Something about this one works better for me musically, sonically. I like the sound and I like the transitions. It feels a little more seamless. This is a little easier in some ways, although don't get me wrong. I mean, the song and the beat go so hard, but there's just something here that really works for me. I love Post Bridge, the intensity build with the bass and drums. It feels epic. It feels a tad dark. It feels like we're going into battle. I will go into battle with you any day. I'm with you, NCT. I love this. I like the opening verse when Taeyong says, he has a lyric, bad kid with a strong ego. I love it. Let's set the stage here. These are bad guys. Not bad guys, but like they're the bad boys. They're the cool guys. I think NCT 127, they're always going to be the cool guys. They're so good looking. All 9 of them are really handsome. They're cool. They've got a swagger to them that's different. And they always have from day one. And they've stuck with it this whole time. I love it. Vocally, they deliver every single time. They have such a good mix of voices too. You have the traditional, like, good K-pop voices, but you have different tones because you have the ace. You have Jaehyun. And yes, I called him the ace. I think he comes out of nowhere in this group sometimes. He's very cool and confident and quiet. When he's center, it's a different deal. It's really powerful. He has this like natural handsomeness. Um, Great dancer, obviously, but his vocal tone, he sits down there with like a baritone. And that's not normally what you hear in K-pop groups. So when he comes in, it's always this like, ooh, refreshing, interesting tone. And then of course you've got Doyoung and Taeil and Haeshan, who are phenomenal. Vocally, this group's going to deliver every single time. On Fact Check, they did. It's a fact. They're amazing. I love Taeil on the chorus. I always love him. I also really like the second half of the chorus where they hold out the ooze. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to sing it, but I like it. Again, sonically, this works. I like this arrangement. I like the production of this song. This is another hit for me from NCT. This is a banger. I love it. Also, let's just give a shout out. I'm going to do it for the music video anyway, but Yuta, yes, Yuta. Oh my goodness. Okay, come through, Yuta. His rapping is fantastic. He's so good in this. I was like, he kills his part of the verse and it feels so natural and in the pocket. He's in the pocket here. So shout out to Yuta. Really happy that they utilized you in the right way on this song. I thought it was great. Let's get to the music video. You guys. I love it. Obviously, I love it. It's an NCT music video. You know, it's futuristic sets. We're kind of in like Neo City. But really, it's about them. It's about the guys. I absolutely love it. I'm getting a little bit of like Super M jopping vibes from this, at least with the darker scenes in Super M. This feels like superhero type stuff, and it works. I'm going to get to the choreography here in a second. I know we all want to talk about the choreography for many reasons. But I want to talk first about the styling. I thought the white outfits, when they're doing choreography, they're simple, but they work. The background is so loud. You have so much going on. You don't need loud styling. So I actually thought the styling really worked. I also really liked the athletic looks, like the athletic pieces, the kind of jumpsuits. They were like red, white, and blue. They all looked great in that look. Obviously, the black stuff worked really well. I liked the earphones, like Taeyong's earphones with the spikes coming out. Not a huge fan of Mark's bedazzled do-rag. I really wish SM would retire putting those on people. It's time to retire the do-rags, SM. It's not. Otherwise, I thought the styling was good. I thought the styling really worked. Of course, Jaehyun's in a black suit, though. It's so funny because no matter what the styling is or what everyone else is wearing, they're going to put him in a black suit. Like, no, you're going to be the hot, sexy guy in a black suit. I'm not mad at it, but I just find it funny that, like, video after video after video, the first time he appears, he's like in a black suit. It's very on brand. It's on brand for him. And I wonder if that's him or if it's just like they decided this is going to be him. It works. I'm happy we got to see Tail. If you don't know, he got in a motorcycle accident and fractured a major bone in his leg. So he's got surgery and I think plates and pins and stuff. It's a complicated recovery process. So there's no way he can do this choreography, but he was in the video. So you could see him and you still got FaceTime with him, which I'm really, really happy about because we don't have that much time left. Not to be Debbie Downer over here, but enlistment is coming up for a few of them. And Tail is number one. He'll be the first one to go, presumably, because he's the oldest. So I'm happy we at least got to see him in this music video. Can we talk about the choreography? I love this choreography so much. Taeyong choreographed it, so no surprise because he's great at everything he does, and this choreography is perfect. I love this choreo, you guys. Like it's so good. It works so well for the song. It's cool, it's rhythmic, it's fun, it's swaggy, it's everything they are. Um Jungwoo, my boy Jungwoo kills his part. He kills the choreography like it's insane. I've always said that he dances like rent was due yesterday, and he has kept that going in this music video. He's insane. I loved seeing him. All of them, though, were so good. And I liked this music video because they all got a chance in the center. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like every single one has a moment where they're in the center and where you're getting to see them. Every person gets a moment and gets their shine. And I think that's really special and really cool. So I liked the choreography. I thought the choreography was super, super effective. That ending choreo on the bridge, really impactful. That was really, really cool. Watch the performance video though. You guys have to watch the performance video. I've watched it a million times. My friend Meg, who was on the first episode, we've been texting about it. The performance video for this is phenomenal. I love performance videos anyway because even though these music videos are so cool and like there's so much going on in K-pop music videos, a lot of transitions, a lot of sets, a lot of costumes, and there's just a lot going on. I love the performance video because that's what moves me in this genre. I love to see the formations and the choreography and the actual performance. This performance video is so freaking good. You guys have to watch it. I love the footwork. Like there's a part, I guess this may be the second part of the chorus where they just do this like great little rhythmic footwork move. Mm, I am here for this. I'm so, so proud of all of them, but especially Taeyong. Taeyong killed this choreography. He killed it. I want to talk about the rest of the album though. We can talk about this all night, and we should. Fact Check is amazing. It's so, so good. But they gave us a full album. We need to talk about it. There's 9 songs. I'm going to give you my album picks and kind of talk about why, and then I'm going to rank the songs on this one. So, Angel Eyes. Oh, you guys. I love this song. I love this song so much. It's different. This one kind of shocked me. This is not like normal NCT 127 because a lot of times with them we get these kind of bombastic swaggy I'm the man singles and then you get jazzy and R&B B-sides that are really good. This one is like an 80s almost hairband kind of ballad or I don't want, yeah, I think it is that sound. And it sounds like an 80s hit. It's like this happy, bright, joyful music. And I'm not used to it. I was like, oh wow, this is a different sound for them. And it works so, so well because there's a little bit here of not being the cool guy. There's a little bit here that's vulnerable and maybe even like cheesy, for lack of a better word, but it's the best. It works. It's so, so good. It's pure. I love the bridge. I love when they peel back the music. I love when they do this in any song. It's an old trick. We all know it. But you know, you peel back the music, you just keep the beat in, and it's like the audience cue, right? It's the part it's the part of the song where when you're at the concert, everyone's clapping over their head. It's just like the best fun part, right? They do that in this one. I loved it. I thought, oof, I know that trick and it's a good one. It's a call to action from your audience. This sounds like an 80s hit. I love it. I love it. And then when I was breaking down, well, who's singing? Who is singing here? Like whose voice is that? Jung Woo gets a lot of parts in this, and it makes me happy because he's so slept on. I think every moment he gets, he kind of capitalizes on. You know, he joined the group late and I think he's worked really, really hard to show like why he's in the group and why he's such a valuable member. And we know that with his dancing. Jungwoo comes in and just slays, but he doesn't get a lot of singing parts sometimes. Like in Fact Check, he has a pretty minimal singing part. In Angel Eyes, it's like he took over. It's like he's the main vocalist, and it's so freaking good. It's so good, and I'm so proud of him. I love it. And on top of all of that, they did a track video, a music video, and they're on the roof. It is the cutest thing I've ever seen. It's so like heartwarming. I'm obsessed with this one. I think this is a really, really good one. The only thing I would say, and this is a bit, it's one of those songs I'm not sure if we need a rap verse, but, and this is a huge but, and I know if it was someone else, maybe I wouldn't be saying this. But when Taeyong does these cute raps, it's so adorable. You know that voice Taeyong has like a couple different voices that he uses when he raps. Like the tone will change. And when he does like the cute ones in a love song, ugh, get out. Get out. I'm obsessed. I'm in love. Obsessed. It's so cute. I love this song. I think Angel Eyes, it's perfect. The thing that's interesting though, so I got a feeling of nostalgia. There was something, and maybe this is just me, let me know, but there was something with this one that made me feel a little bit sad. There was like a little bit, I was a little bit sad with this one. maybe that's because it's like the 80s sound, or I don't know, but I did feel a little nostalgia when I was listening to this one. So, and I think maybe it's because I'm all right, this is an aside, but I feel like as a K-pop fan, I'm going through this thing where all of my faves are enlisting. All of my groups aren't active. My groups when I got into it were BTS, Monsta X, and NCT 127. So it's kind of the end of an era for me as a K-pop fan. You know, it's welcoming in new groups, and I have, as you know, but there's this feeling, and with this one, seeing them on the roof, seeing them together, happy, it felt like there was a tinge of nostalgia there for me, a tinge of goodbye, um, that I'm not ready for. I'm not ready to say goodbye to you guys. No, no, not yet. So that's Angel Eyes, like, got to me a little bit. And Taeyong and Mark participated in writing it. So, not surprisingly, um, they have their stamp on this one. Space. I love Space. It's the second track on the album. It's like funky, jazzy, completely different vibe from Check That. But I think back to back, they totally work. This is the type of song that's usually found on 127 albums. So it's like it's a more jazzy kind of R&B vibe, very slick, fits the vocal line so well. And I like it when they say let it breathe, let it chill, like we're doing too much. Hey, we all need to hear that sometimes. And I don't know, I just really liked this one. I thought it's a great sounding song. My other picks, Love is a Beauty, R&B ballad. Nobody does an R&B ballad like 127. Really, these SM groups, every SM group, boy group, I should say, because that's who I'm kind of referring to when I say that, but they do R&B ballads so well. The girl groups can, no shade to the girl groups either, but the boy groups always have these R&B ballads that are better than any other label, any other group. They're just so well done. I love the piano. Vocally, come on. Come on. Haechan's first run, the first run he does, goosebumps. It's so nice and it's subtle. There's restraint there with these singers, which is also very refreshing because they could all scream over each other on every song like this, and they don't. But because they're so talented and trained, you hear it. They don't need to like scream for the second half of the song. And I always appreciate that. On this one, Taeyong, Mark, and Taeil also participated in writing this one. I swear when I picked my favorite songs, I did not look at the songwriters. It was a pleasant surprise, but Taeyong is again adorable in this one. Any song where Taeyong just sings I love you, I love you, I love you over and over again. Perfect. Perfect. I want to make that my alarm every morning. Just that part of Taeyong saying I love you. Actually, I might do that. Just had a genius thought. It's a great song. It's really, really good. And then the fourth song that I loved off this album is Misty. It's another ballad and it's back to back with Love is a Beauty. This one has more of like a jazz feel with the piano and the melody, where Love is a Beauty is R&B and it's pretty bare instrumentals. Misty has a lot more going on to it. It's jazzy. I love the melody in the chorus. It's very smooth and there are unexpected notes. Like that's one of my favorite things. When you think a song's going somewhere, when you think the melody feels like it's going to go here and it goes there, I love that. I love when the note goes low when in your brain it should have gone high or vice versa. There's something like so exciting about that to me. And you have that in this song. It's interesting. The melody is interesting. It's a little different. Vocally, these guys knock it out of the park. Are we surprised? No. Vocally, it's fantastic. So those were my standout tracks from this NCT album: Angel Eyes, Space, Love is a Beauty, and Misty. I also obviously loved Fact Check. Love it. So let's get to my biases. In case you don't know, I bias Taeyong. I love Taeyong. Strong bias, not only in 127, but the whole NCT universe. Taeyong is my number one. My record, I have two records. It's Jungwoo, it's Jaehyun. There's a lot of other men in this group though that are always pulling me. Doyoung he's been killing it. He has been killing it. I don't know if like signing as an ambassador. He's an ambassador for Dolce& and Gabbana, I believe. His latest photo shoot, it's like you can see his confidence growing and you can see that like he knows he's super hot. I feel like before maybe he didn't realize it as much. But something has happened recently where we're in trouble, you guys, because he knows. He has figured it out. He knows he's hot and he is coming for me, for you, for everyone. He's a problem. Not on my bias line yet, but again, in this group, there's a lot. I also want to give a shout out to Johnny. I think Johnny did a really nice job in the music video and everything I've seen. I liked the blue hair. He looked great. All the members did a great job. I'm a big fan. I'm a big NCT 127 fan. Okay, it's time. It's time for my rankings. These are my favorite songs from least to number one from NCT 127's new album. The album is called Fact Check. Let's get to it. Number 9, Real Life. My number 8 song was Je ne sais quoi. Number 7, Parade. Number 6 was Yacht, although shout out to that sample. I really liked the Grandmaster Flash sample. If you guys didn't know where that was from, there's something very familiar in this song. That's Grandmaster Flash. Nice sample. Number 5, Misty. And number 4, Love is a Beauty. Number 3, Space. This was hard for me to choose between these last two, but my number 2 song is Fact Check. So my number 1 song off Fact Check, the 5th album from NCT 127, it's Angel Eyes. I love this song. It's so beautiful. And I'm just proud. It's always nice when one of your favorites releases an album that works and that you really like. And I love this one. I think you guys killed it. You knocked it out of the park. It's disappointing to see how SM has handled this comeback. There's definitely stocking issues and shipping issues. I'll be real with you. I went to a store here in LA this past weekend. I went to Hello 82 LA. It's a big K-pop store. It's fun. They have like a lot of events there. People that work there are super nice. I would definitely recommend going if you live in LA or if you're from LA. But anyways, I went because a fan group was having an NCT 127 like release party. So I was really excited and they did a great job. Like they had cutouts of a couple of the guys and pictures everywhere and they were playing NCT music. And a lot of photo card trading. So as we talked about in episode 1, photo cards are massive in K-pop and there was a lot of that happening. But I was like, well, can I buy the album? And they said, we don't have it. And they weren't the first store that told me they didn't get it in time, that SM didn't ship out the albums in time. That's insanely disappointing because think of the sales they're losing. If somebody who didn't pre-order, who didn't already pay for it, is at the store listening to the music and thinks, I want to buy this. Well, you can't. So it's pretty frustrating. I think SM does a phenomenal job with the music. They pick great songwriters and producers. They have taste. They usually put the right songs on the albums. If you know me, you know I'm a huge fan of a lot of SM groups and what they do on the music side. But on the business side, to do stuff like this is infuriating. It's infuriating. And it's like, I hate to say this, but I kept thinking, would they have done this to Dream? Would they have done this to Rise? Because I don't think they would. I don't think they would. I think they do this thing where they only invest in the younger groups. And the group that's made them tons of money in recent years and is so popular, they just stop trying for them because they're going to start enlisting. Like think about EXO. EXO should have been touring the United States, should have been world tour. They should have been touring hard when BTS was over here touring. 2017, 2016. Like they should have been here touring 2018, but instead they didn't. They didn't. Instead, they didn't invest any money into promoting EXO. And they put the money behind NCT 127. Amazing. But you put all that money to get them here. And now you're like, oh, well, like they haven't started enlisting yet. This is a huge album. This is a huge opportunity. And you completely drop the ball. And it's not fair, not only to fans, I'll eventually get the album. But it's really not fair to those 9 men who are working their asses off doing all of this, and the fans can't even get the album. There's not enough in stock. You didn't ship them in time. Whose fault is that? Who didn't make enough albums? Who didn't plan the schedule? It's just like, I don't understand how these companies operate like this and continue like this, how their investors don't see this. It's just, NCT deserves a hell of a lot better than the way SM handled this rollout. It's a great album. It's such a good album, but they deserve support. And they better support them for the rest of the year, for next year, support the subunits. I think a tour is planned for them in 2024. I'm freaking hoping. Please, please, please come to LA. Please, please. I want to see them so bad. Sorry, that's my rant. That's my rant for this week, but it just like really makes me mad because I hate when the business side of creativity f's things up so royally for the artists. And in this industry, they have such a short time frame. No, makes me mad. Anyways, besides that, it's a great comeback. I'm really proud of them. Listen to it, show these guys love. They're one of the best groups out there. I love NCT so much, and I love this sound and this swag. I always, I go towards hip hop, R&B, jazzy stuff. Naturally, that's where I'm interested musically. So this stuff always speaks to me, and I think this comeback is phenomenal. But my favorite song, it's Angel Eyes. Go watch that music video. I guarantee you'll smile. They look so happy. They look like they truly love each other. And it's just cute. And